China has the largest electric vehicle or EV market in the world, and Chinese brands are fast making inroads into Europe. They're expected to account for 15% of market share by next year. But the EU says battery-powered cars made in China are unfairly subsidized and is imposing additional provisional duties on imports. Beijing rejects the accusation and is continuing to negotiate with EU officials ahead of a final decision, which will be made in November.
China hopes the EU will conduct consultations with China rationally and pragmatically, and avoid countervailing measures from harming mutually beneficial cooperation and common development of the China-EU automobile industry.
The provisional changes depend on each manufacturer's cooperation with the investigation and are on top of the 10% tariff already in place. Automaker BYD faces the lowest additional duty of 17.4%, while SAIC Motor Co will be subject to the biggest hike of 37.6%. Non-Chinese manufacturers who produce in the country, including Tesla and BMW, are also affected.
For China's domestic economy and employment, this is not good news, because that means in the next few years, we'll probably see more of an incentive to move more capital and investment overseas. So that's not the jobs created in China.
Beijing says it will take all necessary measures to safeguard its interests. It's already appeared to retaliate by launching anti-dumping probes into the import of European pork and brandy. The Chinese government and affected car companies could also challenge the EU at the World Trade Organization or the European Court of Justice. For now, Beijing says it hopes EU officials will heed voices critical of the duties, including from the German government and Europe's biggest car maker, Volkswagen, which says the move will harm the already weak demand for electric vehicles in Europe. EU member states will vote on the matter in the coming weeks. If they decide to push ahead, the additional tariffs will be imposed for 5 years. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.